So we're going to be going through Nicholas's different VODs give somebody to give people an example of how you actually do a VOD review. Um, and basically, when you're doing a VOD review, there's some fundamental issues that people find when they're trying to do a VOD review. Usually because there isn't like that many guides on how you do them. So a VOD review can be seen as a method to find patterns in your gameplay and improve specifics. So improve in a specific way or find like glaring issues in how you do stuff. So there's basically a basic outline for what a good VOD review looks like. So you have step 0, which is the vibe check. The vibe check is basically finding what the individual is gonna need in terms of like their intentions and that kind of stuff. So you basically look at the person that you're VOD reviewing. It could be yourself or it could be somebody else, and you say, what is the type of VOD review that they need? So what's the style? And this is going to be dependent on a whole bunch of different stuff. So one person may need a more casual VOD review. One person may need a more competitive, like more serious VOD review. And finding the correct balance between those things, but also like other factors, like what is your relationship to the person? What is their temperament like? Do they have certain behaviors? So you look at this all of this sort of holistic overview, and you say, let's try and find a style that fits you. Then after that, you say, let's ask for some opinions about why that person thinks they did bad. So you say, oh, what do you think that you did wrong? And then they'll usually say something like, oh, I aimed incorrectly, I positioned badly, I had poor communication, something like that. And you say, well, this gives you kind of a, first off, it gives you a lens to view what that person is like thinking like. So you kind of get a peek into their psychology. But it also gives you some leads to work off of, right? So you know, somebody may actually have quite an accurate assumption about what they did wrong. They might actually think, oh, I positioned really badly here, and then that led to this. And it may well be that that is correct. And so therefore you can kind of like get an edge. But a lot of the time it's not really about that. A lot of the time it's more they have got their own kind of conceptions, their own beliefs and stuff, and that is like clouding their judgment. And so they'll think, oh, you know, my aim was really bad here, when in reality it was more just like their movement or they used an ability incorrectly, and so they're just using aim as sort of like a scapegoat. Or it could be completely different. They might think, oh yeah, my teammates were just really bad, when in reality they'd like completely fucked up in like 20 different instances. So that's opinions. And then the next thing is looking for patterns. So looking for patterns is the main bulk of what you do in a VOD review. You basically look for all the data. So you look through the VOD, you find patterns during team fights, and you say, this is a recurring issue. So maybe they always use an ability too liberally. So they just use it, they just shoot out an ability way too much. You use all of this data, find patterns, and then you say, what is the fundamental issue? So that's step 3. Explaining fundamentals is basically saying, you've got all these patterns, you've got all this data, and then you can draw conclusions about what are the fundamental issues that somebody has going on. So let's say there's a recurring pattern of aim, positioning, and ability usage. However, the most standout thing to you is that that person has clearly not got an understanding of how to play a team comp. So maybe they don't understand how sniper comp works. And then that is then leading to a series of issues. So they don't understand how sniper comp works, and then that leads to them having the positioning, the aim, all these other issues sprout from that. So fundamentals is basically saying there's a root issue, and then you explain how you fix that root issue. And this is basically what 99.99, well, maybe not 99.99, but this is what a lot of VOD reviews will look like. And when you start to stray away from this pattern, you often will find like a lot of your time is wasted. So that's the overview. So say hello, Nick.
Hello.
So this is Nicholas. We're gonna be going through two of his games. He's only like a silver gold player, but he doesn't really play Overwatch that seriously.
Yeah,
So
I'm
let's
not a competitive player. I'm just there for the fun of it.
so this is more a this is a peek into what the average player looks like. So this is like what most people playing Overwatch will behave like. Um, so what is your overall issues that you have with Overwatch? Like, what do you think is your
Well, I
main
suppose
problems?
my most prominent issue is being too aggressive. That's what I've noticed a lot. And also my aim with projectiles.
Feel free to yap on a bit as well.
All right, okay. But yeah, most of the time, I think the problems that mostly occur is awareness, aim, and aggression during
And
the wrong times.
out of those three, you think aggression is the main one.
I'd say aggression is definitely the most prominent one out of the three. Yes.
Okay.
Um, the main reason, um, the main reason I become aggressive in certain situations is that I become overly confident. It usually occurs after I've gone through like a really good kill streak, and then I'll get too cocky, and then I'll start, becoming more aggressive because I, in my head, at that point in time, I'll believe that I'm doing really well and
So
that
like a
these people are
momentum
really easy to
building.
kill. Yeah, and it's more of a confidence building over time because of the kill streaks and the movement and everything. Like I will do fine, but then I won't think logically, and I'll try and do something which isn't necessarily required.
Okay. Okay. So you like losing mental clarity. That's like a
Yeah.
that's not that uncommon to be honest.
Oh, did I bring my sun cream?
So we're gonna be looking out for aggression, positioning, and aim. So very, very, very broad fundamental issues.
Attackers incoming.
Marked by the dragon.
Escort the payload.
Behind you.
Let's keep it moving.
So do you understand what you should be doing in this type of team comp?
Well,
So
considering I'm a healer
yeah.
and I'm playing Zenyatta, most of the time I should be holding back and healing and supporting my team, as well as, using the what's the name of the
Discord.
yeah, the Orbital Discord against the
So
enemy, placing it around the place.
that's kind of the case. Zenyatta is really like the glass cannon in Overwatch, and because this is silver, of course the team comps aren't really like you don't need to be playing meta or anything. Um, but because of the type of you probably won't understand this, but the map itself has a big impact on the type of team comp you play. And Zen is actually pretty strong on Havana. The issue is that Havana is really long sightlines, so it's really, really good for snipers. So the it's good that you're hiding here, right? And
Mhm.
in my mind, what I'd be thinking when I'm in this comp, I'd be thinking, I'm Zen. I can like completely destroy people, but I'm a glass cannon, so I should be holding back and then kind of like assassinating people, like blowing them up when they are out of position, because I lose a lot by being aggressive, but I gain a lot by them being aggressive. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yeah, that makes sense.
And then as far as healing and stuff, I wouldn't worry too much because it's like a silver game, and they're not gonna like, you know, just pumping healing into people isn't gonna be that important. Like the average silver player is not gonna be like skilled enough to deserve a pocket.
Forward barrier activated.
Let's roll this back. So it's good. What you're doing right now is pretty much ideal. The issue is probably more an awareness thing. So
Yeah. One of the
let's
things that I
drop-
have an issue with is awareness.
what you want to be thinking is, like I said, you benefit a lot from them being aggressive, and they have made quite a few mistakes here. So you've got like a pretty. This is a pretty clear.
Table ground.
Yeah. So obviously the Moira is way out of position, so you can just like completely destroy her. But the question is, do you have the awareness to understand that that's what's happening? Do you understand that this is like a really bad situation for them? Because first, like,
Yeah, no, I
it
understand
takes a little
because
while.
they're unprotected and they can't really do anything once they're in that position.
Okay,
They're
so-
on the enemy lines at that point.
Yeah, so the Moira there is like completely free. You probably don't need to be holding out your right click for her that long. What you want to be doing in this situation is you see like, so they've been pushed back. May's dead. Moira's out of position. Just left click her. Like you see her, just left click her. Like that's just what
Okay.
you do there. And then once you've done that, really what you want to be doing is probably just hugging this wall. So you go on the Moira, you hug this wall, and then you just
Oh yeah. Okay.
you just peek the angle, and then you just like spam them out. Because they can't really do anything to you. Like if you've got like even halfway decent movement, they will just lose there. So you do that. You do go into the right. Okay, that's good. Good control.
Let the dragon consume you.
Okay, so what I'm noticing here is a lack of movement control. So it's like your movement isn't synced up with your aim, so you're kind of like drifting. Like you see what I'm doing with the camera here?
Yeah.
You're just kind of like drifting around shooting people. You want it to be more like
Okay.
you see them, you shoot, move, shoot, move, shoot, right? Kind of like CS.
Okay.
Like there's no you don't want to just be kind of like drifting, because then that way you're, even if you are like kind of hard to hit, it's hard for your brain to like work with it.
Calculate.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm on fire.
So your positioning here isn't too bad. You do need to move the car though. Now another thing is, so you could go onto high ground here. High ground is really useful. High ground is generally, you know, as you know, hello there. High ground is generally way better, but in this situation, it's probably fine if you're just playing on the cart. Like this also is kind of a high ground in a sense.
I mean, it's a higher ground than the enemy, so it makes sense. Yeah. This bit right here, I accidentally clicked that, and
Okay.
you know, I'm just using what I have.
Yeah, that's fair enough. That's It is very poor strategically. In this situation, you're just lost. Like, it's fine, you can just die. But the real question is, how do you recover from them doing that? Really, what you should be thinking at this point is, what is like how do I hard carry? Because your team has basically lost a lot of resources in that engagement.
Mhm.
So you want to be able to just hard carry to compensate for that lack of resources. When you do have a lot of resources, you don't need to hard carry because you have ults and you have stuff to just like carry you anyway.
I'll find
How
them.
about a second chance?
Let the dragon consume you.
Also, they did use a bunch of ults in the last fight, so they don't have much they can do against you. Okay, so here, discording the diva isn't too bad, but really you should be going onto the squishies, like their soldier or their
Mhm.
junk or their Moira or life weaver. So this is fun. You go on junk. That's good. Okay, so this is bad. You don't want to be out in the out in the cold.
Yeah.
So it's like, this is great up to here. Still good, still good. Get the junk, that's great. But then this kind of thing where this point you just want to be immediately retreating back through the shield. So
Because I'm out in the open.
yeah. So you see the Moira. It's fair enough that you want to get the Moira, but it makes more sense to just go back behind the shield because the soldier can just burst you down. And that's also an awareness thing. That's just like being aware that you're in a dangerous situation. It's fine though. Like you're not doing too. That's like a relatively minor mistake. Okay, here's another issue. So it's good that you get the diva. However, you can remember you don't have to be that close to shoot the diva. You can just like play further back and be behind the Ramattra shield.
Mhm.
Right? The
Okay.
diva would die anyway. And that's most likely what leads to the Moira killing you, besides your mechanics.
The payload won't propel
Now, in
like
this situation, I would think I should probably get high ground here. The reason being because there's not really anything to stop you. They haven't played high ground at all in this entire map. So if they haven't played high ground at all, you can just notice that, right? Like it's not
Mhm.
something crazy. You just go around this way, go up here, and then look, you've got a really strong flank angle on them, right? And obviously as Zen, it's generally a bad idea to be like flanking as a Zen, obviously. But you do have this high ground angle where you can just keep discording people and they can't really do anything against you, right? And remember, they are silver players, so that, this kind of aggressive play is totally reasonable as long as you do it intentionally.
Okay.
That would be the sort of min-max thing you should do. Now let's see what you do. You get you get the junk. That's good.
Let the dragon consume you.
Okay, that's a little bit poor. If you had used your Transcendence a little bit earlier, your Moira would have survived, which is, but yeah, again, that's not too bad. Okay, unfortunate. So, as a whole, that's a little bit of a poor mentality kind of situation because, like I said, in this last fight, you should be thinking, how can I hard carry? Not necessarily how can I just like chill. You need to be thinking, how can I hard carry to just min max my value? Because I don't really have any resources to use, and they don't have any ults to fight against you as well. disable this.
Ready for battle. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Stop the payload.
Engaging thrusters. Tengo que irme.
Chaos haunts your path.
This is good. This is kind of good positioning. In the sense that it's good that you are being aggressive. It's good that you're playing with your team as well. But you probably could just stand here instead.
Mhm.
Or probably here's the sort of theoretically ideal. Because that way you can still shoot the people. There's not really that much difference between here and here in terms of lethality. And also, if somebody peeks you and starts shooting at you, you'll survive. So you
Okay.
see what I mean? It's fine that
Yeah,
you're aggressive, you
absolutely.
just don't want to be this vulnerable.
A balm for your wounds.
So of course this is bad, this is way too aggressive.
Yeah.
It's good that your mechanics are keeping you alive though. You even get so. That's good. Okay. Okay.
Comes around.
That's one interesting team fight. Very interesting.
Para este equipo.
I shouldn't have been there in the first place, but I mean, somehow I managed it. Probably only because of poor play from the other end.
Yeah. This is over. It's to be expected.
Hmm.
Good that you do peel back. Yeah, again, you don't want to be this far forward. Yeah, and that's the direct result of you being too far forward.
Gale the Mahal.
As you can see, I'm lacking in aim a little bit here. It's more prediction rather than aim, because these are projectiles.
That's fair enough. So, here, yeah, again, the positioning is a little bit questionable. Well, not a little bit. It's very questionable. You shouldn't be. So you come back, right?
Gale the Mahal.
Now here,
I should have just stayed here.
you didn't have to just stay here, but you should be like here. Like you should be peeking like this, right? Because that way you've got the wool, right?
I think the only reason I didn't do that is because there weren't any enemies on our
Oh.
end. I mean, there was one, there was the Moira.
The Moira's a
But-
pretty. She's literally Goku using Kaioken, fucking Kamehameha. There's a pretty big enemy. Yeah, you'd want to be kind of peeking like that. Do you see her? This is fair enough. And then okay, so you peeking like this isn't too bad. Yeah, again though, you don't lose anything by playing a little bit further back, right? So it's, what is the logistics
using
difference
the defenses,
between,
yeah.
like,
I mean,
oh,
the,
how much harder is it
the
gonna
way
be
that I
to
chose
aim?
it, it won't, I mean, not really much.
Yeah. What were you gonna say?
I was saying how I'm more in the open here, and I could have used the walls as a defense, but I don't know. I just tried to get closer because I think the only reason I tried to get closer is because my aim,
Well,
my projectiles.
actually, so if you wanted to get closer, there's another option you could do, which is just play here, which is probably
Mhm.
actually better. Yeah, again, like you have to be keeping in mind that you can just use the walls and stuff as like a defensive. Like, again,
F10.
majority of the time it's gonna be easier. It's good that you're keeping it on the Zarya. Okay, that's good. You land good shots. The trans is a little bit early, but it's good that it's aggressive. I would say. It's really bad that you're that far forward though.
Yeah.
In this situation, you should be playing behind the cart, really. Bare minimum, playing behind the cart.
Heroes never die.
Or playing further against the wall.
My soul ignited.
Victory.
A shadow hangs over you. Now to strike. I've still got it.
Look of shots. Enemy contact. Antique. Get them off.
I've got you in my sight. Damn it.
EMP activated.
60 seconds remaining.
Fire at will.
Gale the Mahol.
So what I'm seeing here is like you're kind of getting lost in the source. So like there's a lot of chaos happening, and then you're just kind of like freaking out. Is
Mhm.
that an accurate description?
I don't think I was necessarily freaking out. I think I was a little bit more jittery, but I wasn't freaking out too much.
So
Like,
you think
but
maybe
still, but
mental focus.
it was distorting my focus slightly. Yeah, that's for sure.
Огонь по готовности.
30 seconds.
Stay steadfast. And mission.
No. A taste of poison.
Defeat cannot break one who
10
perseveres.
seconds remaining. Overtime.
Be safe.
EMP activated.
Tranquility.
We can still be friends, right?
Okay, that's really good. So the last fight,
We must
Yeah.
Ex-
At the very end.
yeah, this shows off a series of good mechanics or good fundamentals.
EMP
However,
activated.
yet again,
tranquility.
it shows also the same flaws that you had. Basically, the defensive positioning. It's good that you're so aggressive. However, your defensive positioning can complement your aggression. And I think that you're kind of conflating the idea of being defensive and being aggressive, where you're thinking being defensive means like being a pussy, right? Where in reality, like being defensive just means that you have defenses and you're like able to survive more, right? So therefore, it lets you enable your aggression, right? And so in this situation, this is an example of that, where you're playing in that side bit and the soldier isn't able to shoot you and stuff, and therefore you're able to shoot the bastion and get him, right?
Mhm.
Now, what would have been ideal is you instead really intentionally do that, and then you were to like say play here,
Yeah.
right? And then still be able to shoot the bastion, shoot the soldier and stuff, and still you would have all of the bases covered, but you're
Okay.
also still safe.
hmm And I would have still been able to use my ability too.
Yeah, of course. So, would you say that's kind of like an apt description of what your issue is?
Hello.
Hello.
You're right.
Your internet just disconnected for a second there.
Oh, it did. My bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. It is an
Yeah.
accurate depiction. Yeah.
Okay, brilliant.
Mostly.
Okay, so let's go into the next replay. And this one's
which
a little
is
bit faster, right?
Oasis. Yeah, this one was faster, just because I performed better. Because the first game was my first game of the day. Bit tired, and I just woke up. Yeah, I warmed up. Okay, I'll be back. Yeah, there we go.
My friends.
This is good. Good positioning. Good positioning. Probably should be watching the right side, so like watching over here,
Yeah.
so that they can't shoot you. It's good. Okay, you go on the mercy. I like the right click. That's really good. Really, really good. I like the right click
Ali, he
again.
was killed before I was able to, do anything.
On the objective. Stop me if you can.
Yeah, that's an example of the aggression issue.
Yeah, this is definitely a major example of it.
Yeah, so you don't really gain anything logically from pushing like that, right?
Yeah. I do notice that. I just didn't acknowledge it because I was in the heat of the moment.
Yeah.
Where
Nice.
there's smoke, there's fire.
That's very good.
All patched up.
Sorry.
My ultimate is almost ready.
My ultimate is almost ready.
Yeah, again, way too aggressive. And you don't really leave yourself with many escape options there, right? Because the diva can push after you. The junk can spam you out, and the Ashe can just like long range shoot you. So there's not really too much you can do here, unless they make like really far out. Right? And so,
Which is
the diva pushes you.
very hard to do.
Sorry. Sorry.
The fight has just begun.
Very nice. So you win the first round, really easy.
So maybe.
Run it back a little bit. Yeah, here we go. Yeah.
So here you pretty much always go on high round. But
As Cassidy.
yeah, pretty much any DPS you'd want to go high ground on this map. Unless they have something which is like really is like beating you to the high ground. That's really good. Okay, that's really, really good.
I flanked them and then I walked back because there wasn't any need to kill. Who was over there?
The baby diva.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
So yeah, again, this is another example of the aggression is great, brilliant aggression, even the positioning is smart. However, you're not using the defenses which are kind of inherent to that place, right? So rather than it becoming like a genius move, it instead becomes kind of like a foolish gambit, right? So
It was a gamble. Like if I messed it up just a slight bit, I don't have anywhere to go, and I
But-
could have done it very easily.
But if you just had slightly better defensive positioning, there would have been no gamble at all. It just would have been a really good decision, flat out. Like, it just would have been a 100% correct decision. So, let's see.
Misery made manna.
This is another side of my aggression here.
You're broken. May I?
Oh, maybe it's not this part. It's a bit. Oh no, it is here. You see here, I thought it might be a good idea to flank.
Your end is within my reach.
Yeah, that's just pointless. So yeah, again, it's good. This is a really good off angle, right? The idea is good. However, you should be playing here, not down here, right? Because if you play here, you've got all this defensive positioning going on. So you've got support from your team, the wall protecting you, like escape options, and also you can pressure them from the side. But from here, there's not really any escape options, especially for
Yeah.
McCree.
Thinking about it right now, I wish I had gone just a wall behind,
Yeah.
like where you told me to go, because it makes more sense to be there.
Uh,
You have all the viewpoints
yeah.
of where the
Yeah.
enemies are at now, and you're stopping them from coming at any point.
Yeah.
But where I went, I was opening myself to more damage points, you could say.
Hmm.
There's more opportunity for people to kill me.
Exactly. So that's
I need to kind of limit my my protrusion, I suppose you could call it.
Time to waste.
yeah, your proactiveness.
Yeah,
Temper it tempered like a blade.
yeah. I need to limit as many
My power
options they have, and maximize my options,
escape me.
like you've been saying.
So here you might want to push Moira, but Moira can be a bit annoying to 1v1. Okay, Moira pushes you. That's good. Okay, that's one way to deliver. And you get the Ashe as well. So yeah, again, the aggressive positioning here isn't actually bad. Theoretically, you should be in the high ground. However, where you are is like it honestly is pretty good. You're also landing good shots as well. But yeah, again, you'd want to be thinking more about like being in line of sight of your supports. So let's see, your Zen is here. You just if you're mindful that the Zen has sight of you and like can heal you and stuff.
I wasn't mindful at all. I was just
Yeah.
mainly focusing on keeping myself safe, and I mean I did have some awareness of my teammates, which is why I didn't decide to advance over there.
Yeah.
But
You didn't completely just W.
lies where I wasn't aware of where the healer was.
Yeah. Yeah. You win this point, right?
Yeah, I win this one. I think I win all the games I play at Cassidy, actually.
So
Okay, yeah, here it was I was kind of sandwiched, as you can see.
yeah, honestly,
Like, on one end, I mean, it seems to have disappeared, but on one end there was the diva, and then on the other end, I was kind of squished in this corridor and had no option to go anywhere.
honestly, I wouldn't worry too much about that situation. That's just like that seems more like just chaos kind of took control. Chaos gods. Yeah. But that is bad that you push the Zen. However, you do force the trans, which is that's kind of crazy. So at least you're like maximizing the value you get despite having a bad position.
To my will.
I suppose I am able to maximize my potential mostly, but only with the positions that I chose at the time. I'm not very good at positioning.
Yeah, you're not
Sometimes I
good
am.
at the macro kind of
Yeah.
wider perspective.
I'm good with micro, just not macro. And then, okay, Bob used auto aim here. He used aimbot. This is
Yeah,
This is
Apex
cheating,
controller player.
yeah. This is not not a fair situation in my opinion.
Okay, wait, this is kind of good.
Pain is inevitable.
How you will.
Up with me and ready to start a blizzard. Freeze! Don't move!
Into the iris.
Cannot escape me.
Now I was being a bit too aggressive here,
That's just poor mechanics.
and then everybody died, so I was all alone at this point.
No, this is fine. You just had poor mechanics, and then your team died and stuff. Like that's fine. That's whatever.
Your end.
Score
You lose that point.
1.
Oh, this one. Okay, yeah.
Ready for
In the
battle.
coming battle, you mean?
Perhaps. 5, 4,
Releasing my anger at this point.
2, 1.
I think the demons come inside.
3.
Yeah, I can feel the demons coming inside of me.
Привет.
This is it.
Okay, so hopefully you go on the high ground. The left side isn't too bad. You know, you go down. Okay, you don't want to go down main in this. You go left
Yeah,
side.
no, which is why this is why I went to the left side. I didn't want to go down main.
Gonna run it down main. Diva's gonna push you here. No, unfortunately. No,
I mean,
no,
it's
no,
still
your team
still-
just wins. It's fine.
Dead up.
The objective is now active.
Yeah, here you want to be aware of the Moira in the back line.
Thank you.
There's only Diva and Zenyatta there.
No. There's a Moira behind you, like in
Oh, there
your
was?
back line. Yeah. So as a whole, the positioning
I
is a little
suppose I
bit
just
better
do-
so far. Actually,
And then down here, I just wasn't aware of the map, so.
Just discovering.
we have. Oh! Yeah, no, I went on an expedition for a little bit.
Honestly, that room isn't that bad of a position there. But yeah, you do just you just beans it pretty much. So here, yeah, again, you'd want to be thinking about high ground or at least this left side. That's bad. That's
No,
bad.
I rolled over for the med, but the orb got me before I was
The
able
dark
to.
orb.
The dark orb, yeah. It got me before I was able to heal.
That's unfortunate. Your team even got the point though, so it's
Yeah,
kind
I
of
mean-
good value that the Moira was focused on you though. Here, yep, you want to be playing an off angle against this. It's fine. Yeah, again, positioning's pretty good here. Like this isn't. You haven't really made any glaringly like sinful things.
I haven't committed any sins as of yet. And okay, here I was just
Dark
checking the
sins.
area. I wasn't advancing.
Go on the left side here. Don't want to be too aggressive. Okay, so yeah, again, that is
A bit too
Like-
aggressive, I agree.
it's an example of a good position used badly. So you're not
Yeah.
using the defensiveness that you have by just like peeking like this. You're instead going like this and then like, oh no, right? Like, oh no.
Yeah.
When you should just be like this, like, ow, and then you just run away. Right.
Yeah.
This is good. You actually trying to survive. Okay, I guess.
Okay, here I was trying to get away. I wasn't trying to advance, but I don't know what happened. I think Moira just killed me. I don't know.
I think you just weren't. You didn't have the mental clarity again.
I didn't have the awareness.
I am on fire.
It's fine.
My spirit
Or face me. Not exactly.
So hopefully you go on high ground here. Or no, okay. Use your nade on him.
Kick the butt.
I did go
You
on
do
high
go-
ground at the end.
Okay, this is good. This is really good. So even though your team cleared up, like that is what you should be doing. You should be going high ground there. Okay. So, overall, let's go
Every
over.
soldier needs
Wow.
a cause.
So look, the fundamental error you made. So this is the final step, step 3. We've gone
Mhm.
through all the patterns. We found that the patterns basically suggest that it's a defensive error. The fundamentals behind what you need to be doing, which is the defensive positioning, It's basically understanding how your effective range is controlled by like
KIA.
not necessarily how close to people you are, but how much you can affect them.
Check. Affirmative.
So that might sound like a little bit weird, a little bit like disconnected, but think about it for a second, right? If I'm playing soldier, see, look, I am nowhere near this guy. I'm nowhere near him. But look, I can kill him. I can kill him easy.
Smithereens.
I can kill this guy easy. But I'm super far away, right? I'm super far away. And the reason for that is because soldier has a really long range. So if you're playing Genji or you're playing Tracer or something, of course you're gonna need to be closer to people, right? But if you're playing Widow, you don't need, you can be really far away from people. So
Which I suppose is why I was getting so close with Zenyatta. It's just purely because of the projectiles.
yeah,
That's the only reason I adjusted my positioning and such, is so that I could get closer with the projectiles and get more accurate shots.
but yeah, again,
Cassidy, I could have been further back with Cassidy because
but even with
he's
that,
got a laser.
even though he has projectiles, you can still be pretty far away. You didn't need to be that close. And the reason being, you can affect people. You don't need to be like super close to people. And your defensive positioning should keep that in mind, right? So if I'm up here, I'm really well defended from these people down here,
There's one.
right? But I can shoot them no problem. This is also why, like, this is one of the benefits of high ground. It's that I'm more defended, they are less defended, and I can affect them. So that's
You'll need more
one
grit
part. And then
than
there's
that.
also understanding that your defenses can complement your offenses through survivability. So just surviving in of itself makes you a threat, right? So let's say you've got a room of 10 people, right? Those 10 people possess a threat to you so long as they exist. Just their inherent existence creates a threat. Now, what that means is,
Spotted an enemy.
if you're playing,
You really underestimate
even though
where there's smoke,
from the
there's
short-term
fire.
perspective, you might be thinking, oh, I need to kill that person. I need to go aggressive. I need to fight them. Because if I shoot them and then I kill them, then I'm more dangerous, or like something like that, right?
Enemy spotted.
The truth is, just surviving is already creating a threat to them. It's already imposing a threat to them, and they're recognizing you as a threat, right? But your mentality is kind of warped because you're kind of like panicking. You're thinking, oh, you know, I need to get them. I need to get them. I need to get them. When in reality, you can just chill, survive, and then your defensive positioning will then
There's one.
complement your aggressive positioning as well.
Barrels are smoking.
From what I could tell, you have a very keen understanding of when it is you should be putting pressure onto people. You're just
Spotted an
not
enemy.
thinking, oh, I'm already putting pressure on them because I'm alive. Right, like just by virtue of my existence, I am putting pressure on them.
Enemy spotted.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I'm just running it through my head right now. Yeah, that does make sense.
I'm really feeling
So
it.
okay, well, why don't we have a little break and then you can play a quick play
There's one.
and try and implement that in the quick play.
All right, okay.
Because this is like a really low level fundamental issue, you can fix it like pretty much instantaneously.
Okay.
Select your hero.
Go with Zenyatta, as I normally do.
Dude, the music. I've never heard the Route 66 music.
Have you not?
No, it sounds crazy. It's like completely unhinged.
Oh, do you not usually have music on?
No, I haven't had music on for like 5-6 years. Maybe
I just-
longer actually.
Usually what happens with me is I have music on in the background, so I don't recognize it.
I believe that
Dude, you should just turn it off then.
behavior has rubbed off on
I mean, I suppose so, but I'm kind of in the middle. Good point, actually. Hang on. Yeah. It was music. There we go.
I haven't. The last time I had music on was 2016 or 2017. Like not.
In any game?
Yeah. No,
Really?
in any game.
Okay,
Yeah.
this is a bad spot. I should probably move on over to here.
No, you go on the high ground with the Anna and stuff.
Hang on. Okay.
5,
Yeah, that's what you usually do on Route
3,
66.
2, 1.
Okay.
Attackers incoming. Stop the payload.
Oh, of course.
We have everything we need.
My friend. Let's put a stop to that.
Do you remember what I said about the defensive position? Like, so playing on this high ground is good.
Spirit sword.
And now you have
Dante.
found peace.
Below you, I think. Or no, sorry.
No, I think it might just been.
That's nice.
Oops. Can I make this? Nope.
Marketing hotspot. Nanotube almost ready.
Payload's moving, and I don't like
This is really good for
Spirit
defensive so far.
sword. Was that an attempted strategy?
Remember, you can peek, just don't
Over
try
to
and
it.
tempt it.
Don't know what that Zenyatta was doing.
Careful. There's one does not go well for you.
Go up here.
Taking damage.
Oh.
This ends now.
Don't know why he's over here.
Nanotube administered. Reason to witness.
What joy to
So
share
there was
the
some
path
poor
with
positioning there, but for the most part, still fine. You might want to go onto the high ground again, Rose.
Yeah. I'm just
your spirit
in here all over.
lifted.
أنا محدش يقدر عليا.
Just believe in yourself. You're okay. Use your Discord.
Reality bends to my will.
That was fucking crazy. That was really good.
Oh, I'm doing fine so far. 16 assists already.
No deaths. Either.
No.
Experience tranquility.
That's good. That's good.
Nanobu said, this ends now.
They're just easy. Okay, now that's fucking epic. You played really good. That was better than I was expecting.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I was just pretending last time, obviously, clearly.
Play of the game.
So did you have a dash? I don't think you had a dash.
No, no deaths.
Yahi
Oh.
parambasta
Kills,
viktahe.
21 assists, no deaths.
So obviously your team was pretty good in their game, but you did play really, really good. The only difference I would say is
Prediction.
all you'd want to do is improve your awareness of just have a bit more precise awareness of that defensive and offensive kind of system, and then like also just have a bit more awareness of abilities and stuff.
All right, okay.
But that was brilliant. That was awesome. Any closing thoughts?
Any closing thoughts? Not really. No. Just the only. Yeah, no, I don't really have anything to think about at the moment. No.
Okay, awesome. Alright, thank you for watching.
All right.